Have you ever looked around at a crowded room, a busy street, a full group chat, and still felt completely alone? Not the kind of alone where no one's around, but the kind that quietly follows you even when you're surrounded by people. The kind that whispers, "No one really sees me." And maybe that hurts more than silence ever could. You're not strange for feeling this way. In fact, you're one of many. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why you are feeling alone in a world full of people. Everyone talks, no one connects. We live in a world where everyone is talking all the time. Notifications, small talk, endless scrolling. It looks like connection, but it often feels like noise. You hear words, but not meaning. You speak, but don't feel heard. It's like being in a crowd where everyone's wearing headphones. They might nod at you, smile politely, but no one is really tuned in. And after a while, that kind of emptiness becomes familiar. You start wondering if it's just you. But the truth is, this is a symptom of the times we live in. You want more, but the world feels shallow. You want something deeper, not just updates about someone's day, but what their heart is going through. But when you bring it up, people change the subject or give advice instead of presence. And you start shrinking. You say less, feel more. You crave meaning. But the world seems allergic to it. So you carry that hunger quietly, hoping someone else out there wants the same kind of real. Wearing a mask to be accepted. You've learned to hide parts of yourself to fit in, to act upbeat when you're falling apart, to laugh at jokes that don't feel funny, to say, "I'm good," when you're not even close. You wear the mask because the real you feels too complicated, too heavy, too much. But with every mask comes distance, and that distance makes the loneliness worse. Because now, even when someone cares, they're caring for the version of you that isn't even real. You're disconnected from yourself, too. And then there's a deeper layer, the kind of loneliness that doesn't come from being apart from others, but from being apart from yourself. You lose touch with what used to make you feel alive. The music you used to dance to, the things you used to write, the curiosity you once had about life. They're all quiet now. You're not just lonely, you're exhausted. And when you sit with yourself in silence, you don't feel peace, you feel absence. Afraid to be seen, longing to be known. You want to be seen.
Truly. But being seen also means being vulnerable, and that's terrifying. What if they don't understand? What if they walk away? So you stay quiet. You keep it inside. And part of you hopes someone will notice without you having to explain. But most people are too wrapped in their own silence to hear yours. The great illusion. You're not alone in feeling this. You're not the only one. So many people are walking around with the same ache, smiling, laughing, showing up, but quietly wondering if anyone really knows them, if anyone would notice if they disappeared. They scroll, they perform, they play along, but deep down, they just want to exhale and be seen without effort. You'd be surprised how many people are just waiting for someone to say something real. You're not broken. You're sensitive to what's missing. Feeling lonely in a hyper-connected world doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're sensitive to what's missing. You notice what others ignore. You feel deeply, and that can be painful. But it's also powerful because it means you still value what's real. You still care. And even if it hurts, that's something to hold on to. Real connection starts with small truths. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You don't need to find your soulmate tomorrow. Sometimes connection begins with something small. A message that says, "Hey, I miss you." A conversation that starts with, "Can I be honest?" Or simply sitting with someone and saying nothing, just being there. You don't need 1,000 followers. You need one moment of truth, one shared silence, one "I get it" that breaks the spell of isolation. You matter more than you think. Even when it doesn't feel like it, you matter. Your presence, your energy, your care, they leave an imprint, even if no one says it out loud. You don't have to perform to be loved. You don't have to be perfect to be needed. Your realness is your strength, and the world desperately needs more of it, more of you. Final message. Loneliness is not the absence of people. It's the absence of connection. Be the connection. You are not alone. Not really. Not anymore. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and see you on the next one.